What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. I am just sitting here in my house, and I have learned a few things over the first 6 months of having a kid here, and I wanted to share just 3 quick pieces of advice, things that if I had known, I would have embraced fully earlier, and hopefully, if you are having a baby soon, that these things will make your life much easier. So, here are 3 products that I cannot live without, and that have really replaced pretty much any of the competitors that I might have had. So the first one here, as you can see, it's a baby wipes dispenser. It's on Celsius, I think, on the front here. But in the one I got, it's in Fahrenheit. So if you're in America, that's what you'll want. It also has a little nightlight on the front, which is nice. But basically, that little display on the front will tell you how warm the baby wipes are being kept at. And this is really important because once we had the baby, and the baby would do its poo in its diaper, and you take off the diaper, and as soon as you grab one of the baby wipes and you start wiping and cleaning your baby, I think it is that cold feeling. Like when you go to the barber and they spray the water in your hair and it's cold, it's always like, why not just warm it up to room temperature or 100 degrees or something? But anyway, when your body feels that coldness, it tends to want to pee, and the baby would pee, and he would pee all the time on us, on the changing table, on the wall. It was something that we were warned about, and it happened all the time. The funny thing about it is, I felt like the wipes were cold when you just pull them out and you grab them on your hand, not to mention wiping them on sensitive parts of your body around your privates that might trigger that reaction or that reflex to pee. And so I got this warmer so that the baby wipes would be a little more comfortable. I always keep on the highest setting. There's really 2 settings, 104 degrees and 113 degrees. I always keep it on the higher setting because it's not overly hot. They're just pretty warm, and then when you pull them out, they start cooling off pretty rapidly. But the thing about this is that my baby has not done an accidental pee since I have switched to the warmer wipes. And that surprised me because sometimes I would just think, oh, maybe he's going to squirt me today or whatever, but it hasn't happened since. And it's been months, and I am thrilled about it. I think it's better for the baby. It's less crying. It's less kind of reaction and startle. Obviously, he hasn't peed on me, the wall, any of that stuff. And it's actually nice for the parent, too. You grab one of these wipes and they're warm as opposed to cold and stuck together and all that stuff. So this thing is great. It was only 20 or 30 bucks. So if you are wiping your baby down, I don't know how long this is going to last, a year, 2 years, whatever, I would totally get this. There's also a night light, so you don't have to turn on the lights in your changing room if you have that. This one plugs into the wall. It's plugged in all the time. I think it actually came with an adapter so you can put it in your car. So if you travel a lot, you could do that. But I love it. It has saved me in so many ways. I would not get a standard baby wipe dispenser anymore. Just get this one. All right, the second one here. And I have 2 images of onesies. So you'll probably use onesies a lot with your baby. We use them all the time. They're great. It's like putting shoes on because they've got little feet sewn in there. They're easy, and especially when babies flop around and they don't like getting changed, this kind of just makes it a little easier. Eventually, you're going to have to put on hats and shirts and bow ties and pants and lederhosen and things like this. But until then, you can use a onesie. I know I wear one. But I have 2 right here, and I'm going to tell you that I have both of these types, and you want to get the ones with the zipper. As you can see, the one on the left here has a zipper that goes from neck to foot. They are just super easy to put on. You lay the baby down on him, put in his arms, put in his legs, zip it up, you are ready to go. The one on the right has snaps. Now, this is really typical to have the snaps going all the way down to the crotch and then separately down the legs. And I will tell you what, I don't use the snaps ones anymore. I wish hadn't even purchased them. I wish I could get rid of them because holy smokes, not are you only doing a dozen of these snaps, but sometimes you get the snaps misaligned, and so you get down to the bottom, you're like, oh my gosh, I got them wrong, so you're undoing them and redoing them. You've got the baby moving around so that you're trying to pull the snap, and sometimes right when you're about to get it, the baby kind of jerks and you misalign the snaps. Sometimes they're just not going together. You've got one flipped over or whatever, and you're always trying to snap them and push them together. They leave little gaps where the baby pulls away and the snaps are holding it together, but also if it's cold around you or hot, they have these breathing holes, so I don't really like that either. They're just a pain. From the adult standpoint, from the parent standpoint, they're a pain to put on, they're a pain to take off, they are annoying. I cannot stand them. I would rather have Velcro than snaps. I'm not sure who came up with the snaps thing or what that's about, but the zipper is the only way to go. And to me, these are the same price. So it's just a matter of finding the right one for you, because when you're shopping for them, they're all the same price. So just make sure you're getting zippers. All right. Now, the last one here that I want to show you, and I'm going to bring this up with a little bit of reservation because it's expensive. So if price is no object to you, money's no object to you, or you're thinking, okay, between 0 and 35 pounds, well, I guess it wouldn't be 0, but maybe your baby's 6 or 7 pounds now to 35 pounds, that might last a year and a half, 2 years, I don't know, depends how big your baby gets. But this could actually be worth it, but it is a little pricey, especially when you consider the alternative. So you're going to need a car seat. You're going to need a car seat to get from the hospital back to your house and anywhere around. And you can buy car seats. And car seats aren't that expensive, $80 to $100. And baby strollers aren't that expensive. They're a little more expensive. Between a car seat and a good stroller, you're probably $200, $300, $400 into it, okay? This is the Doona stroller / car seat. And I picked this graphic here because a lot of people can't wrap their heads around what this does. But I got this on a recommendation from my friend John, who was like, just get it, Pete. He's like, I'm telling you, there are so many times that you're going to go out, you're going to put the baby in the car seat, you're going to throw the stroller in the trunk, then you're going to get to where you're going, you're going to go to the trunk, pull out the stroller, unfold the stroller, and then take the baby out, take the baby out of the car seat, put the car seat back in the car, put the baby into the stroller. You're going to be spending 15 minutes sometimes, 10, 15 minutes to get your baby into the stroller so that you can go into Walgreens for 10 minutes and then come out and redo that. Just get the stroller. It is expensive, but you'll love it. And I tell you what, it saves so much time. So we did inherit strollers and car seats when we had the baby, but this is just so much easier. Because the other thing is, a lot of times people are like, just take out the car seat, it's got a handle, I'll just carry it. Holy smokes. They are heavy. When the baby gets heavy, you do not want to carry that. And you're bumping the baby, you're walking like you're carrying a concrete brick under your arm or something. And this is just so nice. You pull it out, you hit the button, the legs deploy, you pull the handle back. And actually what I love about this is you can see right here that the handle is in the same side as where the baby's looking. So what I actually really like about this is that you're pushing the baby and you're looking at the baby too. So you can see what's going on, as opposed to a lot of strollers, the baby's looking out, which I guess is more entertaining for the baby, but I can't tell what they're doing, if they're drooling or if they're unhappy or they're asleep or the blanket has fallen away or the hat has fallen over their eyes or whatever. So I actually like when I am able to look at them, especially when they're an infant. Sub 35 pounds here. This is what it's rated for. I will tell you, my baby's at about 23, 24 pounds right now. He's in the higher range for weight, but he's in the 99th percentile for length. And I think that is getting to be a problem. So he's starting to not outgrow the stroller quite yet, but he's pushing the edges here. So if your baby is on the bigger side, if you have tall person jeans, big broad shoulder jeans or something like that, the weight here might not be as accurate. He may not get up to 35 pounds and be able to fit in there. But we're still using it, have since the very beginning. I took this actually into the hospital when we were leaving with him, and even the nurses were like, I've never seen anything like that. And I was like, I don't know how many hundreds of babies you guys see each month, but you've never seen anything like this. So I guess they're fairly rare, but they are a lifesaver. So when you get back to your car, you hit the button, you push it down so that the wheels retract back in, just lift it up, put it on the base in the car, lock it in, just drops in and clicks in, and it's great. It saves you so much time, and it allows you to do like quick in and outs too. Hey, we should stop here and quick pop in for something, and you're like, not reluctant to do it because you got to get that stroller out. You got to get the baby, transfer them, all that stuff. You can be like, yeah, let's do it. So you just pull that out, legs out, arms back, go in. It's pretty quick. So yes, the stroller Doonas are $400 to $500. So they're not necessarily cheap. If you, like I said, think about a stroller and a car seat, you're probably at $200-$300. So you're paying a little premium. But man, I am glad that I took my buddy's recommendation. And we actually, like I said, put the stroller and a different car seat in a different car for a while. Never ended up using it because the 1 or 2 times that we did it, you're pulling that baby out, he's fussing, you're trying to get the snaps back. Oh my gosh. You only have to do that once before you're like, oh, Doona forever. And actually what we bought is a second Doona base for my car so that regardless of which car you're taking, you can just snap it in. So anyway, those are my 3 things that I never have regretted, that I will only go one way with them in the future. And hopefully if you are a new parent with a very young one, that these three things, these three products here, will make your life so much easier, so much more pleasant. So if you want to pick up any of these, I'll put links to all three of them in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.
We can discover more and explore so much deeper.